in a tournament like this where you play against top quality opposition like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. So experience what these players carries forward.
Trying to stitch together another partnership for the third wicket. This partnership worth 20 runs at the moment. Cracked away for 4 off the last ball of the previous over. Short and was asking to be put away. And Tahir doing it quite comfortably. Let's start off a fresh over now as I welcome W.V. Raman in the commentary box.
Thank you, Raman. It's been a case of Pakistan dominating the proceedings here at the Premadasa, and the young India A side being put to the test here. A lot of learnings will come for sure. They'll have to go through this phase. They got to hang in there, go through this phase, fight it out, and then gradually crawl their way back into this game here.
It's well run. Good single taken. And I'll come back to that point, WE, because Parvez and Sanam Hero, when they were on the commentary stint, they were talking about the limited list A experience for this India A side. But you look at the squad members. What does this squad comprise of? And you look at players who've played for India under-19s in the World Cup back in 2020 and then again in 2022, the young players who play there. That's the reason why this squad comprises the players between that 19 to 22 age bracket. And that's why it's a progressive path that's been given to those youngsters, WV.
They've done the right thing here. They're picking players who are just around 22 years of age, max. And that's the best way to do it.
And that's why, don't just go by the experience. This is a learning curve for a lot of these boys to move up the experience ladder.
Also bear in mind, these guys are quite experienced, even though they are around 22 years of age, because they start playing representative cricket from the age of 15. And in India, you get to play 4-day games when you're playing under 16. So there's a lot of experience in a way, but yet, this is the best way to go forward. Not pick guys who have been playing for a long time and who have played quite a lot of cricket. Just the right age group. That's exactly what it's all about, emerging team. End of the over at the halfway mark, Pakistan A 170 for 2.
Yash Dole, he's had to marshal his resources today. He's had to bring in the bowling changes. 6 bowlers used thus far. Riyan Parag hasn't been brought in to bowl just yet. But I think we may just see him come on. But just finishing off that point and talked about the experience. Look at some of these players. Sai Sudarshan, what a fantastic IPL he had in 2023. Abhishek Sharma got a couple of half centuries in that IPL. And when you're playing the IPL, you're rubbing shoulders with some of the international stars from other countries and then matching your skill set with them. Yash Dole as well. Harshit Rana played, as did Rajvardhan Hangarkekar. So there are lots of young players in that squad who did well in the IPL and they've been growing in experience. But the 7th bowler now being pressed into the attack by Yash Dole.
Economy rate of 4.94 for Riyan Parag. He's primarily a batter who can bowl some useful off spin. Of course, he does try to bowl everything. On and off, he bowls leggies and then he bowls the off spin with side arm. Cheeky stuff this from Tahir.
He got some runs, did Tahir. A half century in the opening game. Didn't get to play all the matches back to back. Just made up his mind as soon as the ball was being bowled where he wanted to play this.
Right ploy this. As soon as there was a change in bowling, he's decided to call the shots. They're looking to keep the dom by being positive, by being dominating.
27 for this partnership. Tahir is 29 years old, remember. So he's no spring chicken, someone who's cutting his teeth for the first time. He's been around on the domestic circuit. And this Pakistani side does have a smattering of players who've played for the national team as well. So there is that experience that they have.
Both these batters have got runs in the previous game. That means they're confident as well. Nothing like having runs under your belt for a batter. And both these batters have got runs in the semi-final.
While none of the India A players have yet got the senior team call up yet or been capped. And that's why I talked about the tip. Oh, this could be close. They take the single. There was a bit of hesitation, but in the end the single completed easily. And I'll complete my point as well. That though this India A side comprises uncapped India players in terms of the senior side, but they've shown great maturity. We saw that in the semi-final when they were under the pump. They made a comeback. They need to do that here as well.
Quite a few of them out here are on the way there anyway, the way I see it.
And that's the reason why this team in the emerging team squad. End of the over. They got 4 from it, 174 for 2. Umair Yusuf's on 26 semi-finalists. Pakistan got 322 on the board. And just talking about him, he's got the responsibility as well. He's the vice captain for the squad. Top run getter, 348 runs in the 2-match first-class series between Zimbabwe and Pakistan Shaheens earlier this year. So he's come good with the bat when it matters the most in the knockout phases of the tournament. This is where the fielders need to back up the bowlers, cut off these singles.
Nick and Joes once again doing a good job there. He's been excellent right through this tournament.
Short, hit in the air and hit in the gap as well. That'll be 4.
This is a big outfield. The spinners have to rip.
The way Umair bin Yusuf's batting, wonder if the captain might be tempted to have that deep square leg fielder a little wider towards mid. Did he get that underneath the ball? Did he get the middle and ring finger of the left hand under the ball?
Really touch and go this.
Now look at it from this angle. Now keep an eye out on the left hand, because maybe the right hand comes onto the ball a little late, but he does get something on the ball with his left fingers.
We will leave to the third umpire, Raman.
Yes, it's definitely a tough call, and we can be thankful we are not sweating over having to make this decision. Well, out it is. Rayan Parag gets the big wicket here. And Rashid Ali Khan, the third umpire, ruling that in favour of the fielding side. That'll be a big wicket. Umair Yusuf will have to go back to the hut.
And then he had to change direction, does well. End of Yusuf for 35 and Pakistan here 183 for 3.
A breakthrough for India A, getting rid of Umair Yusuf for 35. A sharp cotton bowled, being affected by Rayan Parag, getting a wicket in just a second over.
India A have got a breakthrough here. Qasim Akram walks out to bat. Average is 35.27. And he's walked out in a very good situation here. Pakistan are 183 for 3. And the pitch is good for batting, not much of turn.
Got a few runs, Qasim Akram, as well as a 6-wicket haul in one of the matches in the group stages. Straight away plays a big shot. There's a fielder there. Taken by Harshit Rana. Gleefully accepted by the fielder at deep mid-wicket. And 2 wickets go down in successive deliveries.
Akram was quick to let.
We'll have to go back to the hut, much to the delight of the Indian fans. He's gone without scoring. 183 for 4 now. There's been no dearth of excitement and drama in this final, as the captain of the Pakistan A side, Mohammad Haris, walks out into the middle at number 6, and he's got to face the hat-trick ball.
He likes to play shots. Even in the last league encounter against India, he looked to play shots, even though his team was in a precarious position when he walked out to bat. And of course, here he's got to first save the hat-trick and then see what he has to do.
Down leg, and that's going to be called a wide. With a googly, he got a wicket on the previous delivery that he bowled to Qasim. Not this time around.
You have to really admire the aggression of the modern day cricketers. Looking to play an aggressive shot first up, and he's walked out to save an hat-trick.
Suddenly India A are looking to get back in this match. 2 wickets, one of them of the set batter, Yusuf.
They've got to make the next half an hour theirs, because they got back-to-back wickets. They have to really work hard for those wickets.
That's what I was talking about earlier as well.